Hello everyone, I'm Freaky. Welcome to the video. Today I'm going to be reacting to Fatal Conflict, Banjo-Kazooie versus Conker. So, if you guys haven't seen this video, please go and watch that video first, and as soon as you've done that, come back, watch this. So let's continue. Okay, I haven't actually played Conkers, but I have heard like a lot of things about him. He's kind of like a fourth wall, knocking, no, so fourth wall breaking character, I think. And there's also Banjo-Kazooie. Now, I did play Banjo-Kazooie when it came on the Nintendo 64, and I'm not gonna lie. What I liked about Banjo-Kazooie is that you know, considering the graphics, you know, back in the day, I mean, it was really something. It was like really beautiful, and I think my favorite I think my two favorite what's it called? My two favorite levels was the one with the big massive metal shack, and the one with the with the big massive tree where it goes like through all of its cycles, like, you know, summer, spring, autumn, you know, all that stuff. I mean, that was really fun. And now who do you think is going to win this? I think Conkers is going to win this one, simply because, you know, come on, he can break the fourth wall. I mean, come on. I mean, when someone has that ability, you know, he's the one who's going to win. So without further ado, let's get to watching. So this is Banjo-Kazooie versus Conker, and 3, 2, 1, and go. Okay.
Hey guys, before the video starts, if you enjoyed this episode and want to support my channel, consider supporting me on Patreon. Patrons not only get a shout out in my videos, but will also get cool access to patron exclusive content.
Yay!
Such as animation updates, alternate endings, sneak peeks, polls that'll determine what future projects will happen, even early access to new episodes of Fan War an entire week before they're released to the public. And of course knowledge regarding episodes long before they enter production. Now that's a deal worth fighting for.
A deal
the
worth
link
fighting
is down in the
for.
description below for those who want to join. But for now, enjoy the show.
Back in their heyday, Rareware was one of Nintendo's biggest up-and-coming subsidiaries, pumping out classic after classic left and right.
Yeah.
But when they were acquired by Microsoft, they had it really rough. But none of their properties, old and new, had it quite as rough as these two. Banjo-Kazooie, the heroes of Spiral Mountain.
And Conker the Squirrel, the former children's game character turned gun-toting badass. Now, for this fight, we're sticking with each combatant's usual equipment and power-ups. No vehicles or cheats. As well, we're not including any transformations that require outside help. And for the sake of fairness, we'll look at every game these characters have appeared in. And yes, this will include Project Spark and Nuts and Bolts.
He's 1 fish mob and I'm 3 crab mob, and it's our job to see who would win a fatal conflict.
First appearing in Diddy Kong Racing, Banjo is your typical guy, or bear in this case, who would rather just sit around and relax all day, usually hanging out with his lifelong friend, Kazooie the Breagle, a bird native to his world.
Until they received terrible news. His sister was kidnapped by the evil witch Gruntilda. Determined to get her back, Banjo and Kazooie went out on an adventure that would take them all across the land, doing side quests and collecting all kinds of shiny collectibles, all to eventually face off against the evil witch herself.
And to those who stand between them and their goal, beware. Banjo's able to destroy metal beehives and solid rock with just one strike, survived being bitten, rammed, crushed, and exploded, and is fast enough to dodge missiles and blasts of magic.
Both Banjo and Kazooie can navigate many different environments and biomes without too much trouble, solve any puzzle they come across, can build and operate any machine they want,
Jeez.
and are good at playing instruments. Who would have guessed the bear and bird named after instruments would have some kind of musical talent?
And despite both being friends, neither one of them could be any more different than the other. While Banjo is more relaxed and friendly to others, Kazooie is more snarky and acts like the bad cop in situations they find themselves in. But despite their differences, when they work together, there's nothing they can't do. Banjo can swipe at enemies with his claws, perform a forward roll to crash into enemies, or use his backpack as a multi-tool, either to attack enemies, traverse hazardous environments, or to slightly heal himself.
And while Banjo pulls most of the weight in their adventures, Kazooie isn't too far behind, usually staying inside Banjo's backpack to lend a hand, or wing in this case, whenever she can. Either using her wings to fly, glide, shield Banjo from enemy attacks, or even help
Question.
with attacking enemies,
Why-
usually with her
why
beak,
is- why-
which is tough enough to
Why is
cut
she?
down
Why is she in the
walls.
in the
While
backpack
Banjo
anyways?
can arguably be the military might of the two, Kazooie would definitely be the support unit. She can be grabbed by Banjo and be used for a variety of purposes, from picking the locks on doors, to being used as a weapon, or she can even carry Banjo on her back to climb up steep slopes. She can also be used like a gun.
Wait, is she firing eggs? From her mouth? How the hell does that work?
Questionable biology aside, the eggs Kazooie can fire do have variable effects, though they only come in limited amounts. Blue eggs are your typical breakfast food that can be rapid fired. Fire eggs have a slower fire rate, but set anything they hit ablaze. And ice eggs are similar to fire eggs, but freeze enemies instead.
Kazooie can also fire eggs that hatch robotic Kazooies that can be controlled, fire unlimited ammunition with the golden eggs, and bring down Armageddon with the grenade eggs, cooking breakfast and your enemies. What more could you want?
Agreed. Despite their cute looks and demeanors, they've proven to be really resilient. They've overcome many perilous lands, won many airplane and kart races, and eventually overcame the perils of Gruntilda's lair, ultimately beating the evil witch herself, saving Banjo's sister, and they would keep stopping Gruntilda many, many more times to come. When these two work together, very few can stand in their way.
Well, except maybe themselves. You see, most of their abilities require red feathers or golden eggs to use them, kind of like a power source, both of which come in limited supplies.
And after they defeated Gruntilda the second time, for the following 8 years after this, instead of keeping in shape and being ready for when she may return, they chose to get fat and lazy.
And then nuts and bolts happened. And then Smash Bros happened, so that makes up for it.
But despite all that may happen, Banjo and Kazooie will always be there, by each other's side, instruments in hand.
Awesome.
Also first appearing in Diddy Kong Racing, Conker originally started out as any other character geared towards younger audiences.
Happy, cute, and friendly all the time. But when test footage of Conker's first console game was released and it was slandered by every critic for just being another cutesy kids game, the people at Rare knew they had to do something. So they made him addicted to sex and alcohol, extremely greedy, made the world he lived in as welcoming as South Park, and made him kind of numb to the pain of others.
And so, the original kid-friendly Conker was no more. Replaced by the squirrel at arms that a lot of people still hold in high regard even to this day. But really, Conker himself would rather just waste a day doing as he pleases.
Yeah, Conker usually spent most of his time either at the Cock and Plucker pub getting wasted with his pals, or spending time with his girlfriend Barry. But one night, the bugger got so plastered during a drinking game, he drunkenly staggered away from the pub without thinking of where he was going.
Once he woke up, he saw he was nowhere near his home. So Conker began his long journey home, but eventually got sidetracked by all the opportunities to earn money.
But while collecting money, this greedy little squirrel's actions eventually caught the attention of the Panther King, who wanted to use Conker to replace a table leg that always caused his milk to spill.
And it only got
Really?
worse when they kidnapped Barry. Now Conker must not only make
That's
bank by helping others, even if he really hates most of them, but also save Barry and defeat the evil Panther King. And luckily for him, despite his size, he packs a powerful punch.
He's able to lift and carry objects roughly his size, push large boulders, and can tunnel through soft earth. He survived repeated stings from giant wasps, falls from great heights, point-blank explosions, and being bounced off walls without a scratch.
He's also fast enough to dodge bullets and intercontinental
Matrix.
missiles. And if he needs a little more speed, he can run on all fours. But Conker's true bread and butter is his nutty little brain. Using his own cleverness, he can solve most problems and puzzles he comes across, or simply trick enemies.
I am not a squirrel. I'm an elephant. What? It's alright, he's an elephant. An elephant. You stupid twat.
But no platforming character is complete without their own moveset. Conker can jump twice as high as he is tall, slam the ground with ground pound,
That's funny.
hover in the air with his
I wish I
tail,
would've
which he
played
did
that.
not steal from Tails. He can even pull any item he wants out at any given time. Or, if he needs to snuff out fiery foes, he will literally piss on them for a long time, and can soak a rather far distance with his golden shower. Exactly how big is his bladder again?
And should something ever happen to his game, he can literally talk with the developers to help him out.
And when he can't
See?
break the fourth wall for his own benefit, he can always rely on his trusty frying pan, which can stun most enemies around his size in one strike. And when he needs to attack from a distance, he can pull out his slingshot and shoot acorns, or just reduce people to ashes with his flamethrower.
And that's not even scratching what this little orange turd can do. He has watches to hypnotize, chainsaws to carve, shotguns, submachine guns, and crossbows for when his slingshot is not enough. He even has a mecha suit to battle aliens with.
He also carries 2 bricks in case he needs to bash balls of literal brass.
Ouch.
But it's not like that's something Conker wouldn't be prepared to face. He's helped a bee retrieve her hive, killed vampires and zombie hordes, fought in a war, assisted in a bank heist, bested his rival Honker the Skunk.
He even killed a freaking xenomorph. Oh yeah, in the game's ending, one of the Panther King's henchmen betrayed and impregnated him with an alien that promptly killed him.
He also managed to flush the Great Mighty Pooh.
The what?
I am the great mighty Pooh, and I'm going to throw my shit at you. A huge supply of tish comes from my chocolate starfish. How about some scat, you little twat?
Never have I ever thought I'd be jealous of a singing shit's vocal range.
Now that's what I call a bowel movement.
But I wouldn't be jealous of Conker. While he may have a lot of options for kicking ass and taking names from far away, he has very few options for attacking at close range. He has no formal combat training and is quite clumsy. Anything that can kill a normal person can kill him, and his luck is absolutely the worst. He always finds himself being thrown into the worst situations one could imagine. Even his lucky moment of talking to the developers was nothing but luck. If things had worked, he would have died right there.
But despite his bad luck, Conker eventually completed his quest, but at a great price. Barry was killed, and with no one else to take the Panther King's throne, he was made the new king of all the land, despite him not wanting to. Surrounded by all the people he's come to hate on his adventures, he now spends his time longing for the days when he could just go to that pub and get smashed for fun, and not to just make it through another day. In the end, he may have gained everything one could ever want, but it was truly something he never wanted.
And then Live and Reloaded happened. Then Young Conker happened. Then Project Spark happened. Before it was taken down.
Huh.
Wow. This poor guy can't get a break, can he?
It's true what they say. the grass is always greener. And you don't really know what it is you have until it's gone. Gone. Gone.
Alright, the combatants are set. There will be no prep time. Banjo will have Kazooie, and neither will have the home field
awesome.
advantage.
It is time to see
It's a-
who
he's
would
an
win
elephant.
a
Oh, you
final
stupid
conflict.
That's funny. Fight! Come on, that's 2 against 1. Did he just get... Come on, it's 2 against 1, come on. Why do I have to sort of urge you to get away from me, you bitch? You know, from Alien? That's what it's a thing from Alien 2. Oh, he's gone.
Fatality.
Oh yeah.
Look out, cause it looks like we're having squirrels tonight. Served medium rare.
Conker could certainly hold his own against the bear and bird, but Banjo just simply held the edge in too many areas for Conker to keep up.
Banjo's shown he could do a lot more damage than Conker can in comparison, and has certainly survived far worse than what Conker could throw at them. And while Conker's abilities and weapons do make him a more unpredictable fighter, Banjo and Kazooie had many more options available with their much larger arsenal.
And while Conker definitely held the advantage when it came to long-range
I guess I was wrong
combat,
then.
Banjo and Kazooie not only have their own long-range options, but also had options of their own for maneuvering through the environment much better than Conker could, guaranteeing
I think that
them
was one
a
of my
chance
favourite
to
things to
get
do
up
when it
close
came to
and personal
Banjo-Kazooie.
with the squirrel.
You get to fly.
And this is ultimately what it came down to. Conker may hold some impressive weaponry, but through their journey, all Banjo and Kazooie needed was each other, with both making up for the other's flaws on their journey, helping the other purely out of friendship, making any attempts to manipulate or fool one or the other very unlikely.
And while Conker has received similar help from the much more powerful developers, this was completely circumstantial. In the end, the lone squirrel may have been nuts to fight, but Banjo and Kazooie had the power, versatility, and teamwork needed to guarantee victory.
I guess you could say Conker had a truly bad fur day.
Yeah.
The winner is Banjo-Kazooie.
Banjo-Kazooie!
Next time on Fan War.
Oh. They need to be more. They need to make another Conker's game and make it more edgy and silly. Oh, that was hilarious. That was. Oh, great video. I love it. Fan freaking tastic. Too bad what happened to Conker, but hey, what can you do, eh? So, if there's anything you guys want me to react to, just leave in the comments below and I'll look at that video as soon as I can. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.
And please don't forget to check out my other social medias. Please go and check out my alternative video platforms, Rumble, Odyssey, BitChute, Twitch, and please come and hang out on my Discord server. We can play games, have a movie night or a series night, or you can watch me play a few games. And if you guys have any suggestions of any videos you want me to react to, or any video ideas in general, you can tell me on my Discord. I'm also on Twitter, Gab, Getter, and Paula. I'm on Locals, Tumblr, Minds, and if you guys want to support me, please go and check out my Subscribestar. It's like Patreon, but better. All these things are in the description box below, so please go and check them out and subscribe to them. I'm Geek Freak. Peace out.